everybody, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi, and today we're going to be having a look at the special dungeon. Yes, we have got a special dungeon. If we jump over here, it should be over 5 days, they usually are. Today is day 1 of the special dungeon. Obviously here from the 18th to the 22nd. So if we jump in, we can see that, well, we have 10 fights. Have a look at our prizes first here. Each day we have 10 fights over the 5 days. Then you might make it up to 50 defeats of the bosses, and then you will get these rewards here at 50th place. By the looks of it, again, really the best rewards are at 45th. So as always with this, the strat is, if you are a lower leveled player, a newer player, you're maybe not too confident that you're going to be able to get 50 wins, then what you want to do is to only beat the 9th boss, or potentially beat the 10th boss once, and then only beat the 9th boss. Then you'll get your 45 wins, because when you beat the 10th boss, the difficulty will go up. So today we're not going to come across a huge amount of difficulty. I shouldn't think, for anybody that is on level cap, been a long time player. The real difficulty will come once we get to day 4, day 5. That is when the difficulty will appear. So let's jump in and see what we have got. Oh, hello, Kokoro. Explaining the shop valuable rewards that we can get. So, it's wanting us to go through a tutorial. So, hey, here we go. Tutorial time. Let's go into the shop. What do we want to go into the shop for, Kokoro? Because we've got dungeon coins. It's not the first time I've been into dungeon. Yes, we've got our dungeon rewards, Kokoro. Thank you very much. So let's jump back over to the special dungeon and have a look at the map. We have got, if we can see here, can we see here? Can we scroll down? We can. Well, it actually doesn't show us what we get. Anyway, so that we have these fights here, which are the normal people, normal kind of PvP-ish kind of battles. Then we get the bosses. Once you've beaten the 10th boss, you will never have to do the first 5 fights again. So that's why potentially beating the 10th boss once would be good. So we've got some interesting bosses here. Not your normal clown battle bosses. Well, this one is, and this one is Terror Turtle. And then we've got this Goblin King here as the 10th boss. Teams that were good for them in the previous dungeons or clown battle will probably be good for them in here. So, without any further ado, we will jump in. I think that a safe bet, if you have got it, will be the Anemone team. Go through the first 5 phases, maybe even more. So, if we can build that, where is she gone? Why is she hiding there? So what is the Anemone team? To be honest with you, I honestly prefer Khajiit on this to Nenica. So I'm going to put Khajiit on it instead of Nenica. Then we've got Maho, and then it was Eris and Ameth. Wherever they're hiding, they always like to hide. Too many women with purple hair there. If you're looking for colours to find them, you can't find them. Anyway, I expect this team should be good enough to get through the first 5 levels if you can build it. Let's have a little look how this one does. After this one, we will skip to the first boss, and I'll report back on how the teams did, if this team was capable of beating. Well, there we go, that one's beaten easy. So yeah, I will skip forward then to the first boss, which will be the 6th fight. I'll report back how these teams did, and then we'll see how we can take on these bosses in the next stages. Okay, so as I thought, we beat the first 5 stages without too much problem there. So that gives us our 5 wins, which gets us the first level of the rewards. So let's move on to the first boss that we have got here. I don't think that it will be too different. The Black Armored Knight here. And, well, we can't see what he actually does. So we will send in a team. I've seen a lot of people using kind of a dark magic team for this. this anemone team might work for it, but we can borrow, which I think is going to be handy. So if we go in with the dark magical team that most people use on Town Battle, then we will be good, I should think. Have we got a Warlock Jita? We do. Yuki is the Warlock Jita on here. If you have pulled for Echidna, then I think she will do very good in this team as well. If you don't have maybe the Warlock Jita perhaps. For day one, hopefully this team will be good enough to take things out. I haven't summoned for Echidna yet. I was planning on doing that at the weekend. I think I will do actually. So look out for a stream where I'll be summoning for Echidna at the weekend. Like I said, if we did have her now for this team, it will be probably pretty handy. I'd have used him instead of Warlock Jita, but there we go. Not too much of a problem there for this team. So maybe we could try a different team for the next boss. I reckon this one should be alright for day one. Like I said, it will be day 4, day 5, if you beat the 10th boss, where we start to get some real difficulty. Now we have got Octaskid. This was the New Year's Pecorine event, wasn't it? And I really felt sorry for this boss because Pecorine was eating his tentacles whilst he was still alive. How barbaric is that? She is absolutely ferocious with her food. Anyway, team's already up. Let's go. This day and age, it doesn't really matter about mana and borrowing characters. Sure, we could have put together a team that could win without having to borrow somebody for this. But why ever not? Let's give a Warlock Jita a run here. Against Octaskid, and we could have some more takoyaki. I don't know anyone out there tried takoyaki. I've had it once. Actually, it was at an all-you-can-eat Japanese restaurant in Italy. There we go. Fun. There's a fun Tokkuri Yashi fact for you there. That was the only place I actually had it. I don't think they seem to have it at the all-you-can-eat Japanese restaurants in the UK. The ones that I've been to anyway, I haven't seen it on the menu. But there we go. Takoyaki beaten. Moving on then to the Great Goblin. Great Goblin boss. And I'm pretty sure that this same team will win. I don't know, for a bit of variety. Maybe we could put on a different team. Perhaps. What's another good team that everybody's always using in Clown Battle at the moment? Who else? I mean, we could try a water team. Try a water team. Could try a fire team with Neffy Naira, perhaps. To be honest with you, we'll just stick with this one. If we come into a problem, we will then have to change it. But like I said, day one is the easiest level, and we shouldn't have too much of a problem. I've never eaten goblin though. Has anybody eaten a goblin? No. I wonder what goblin would taste like. It look like it might be a little bit slimy. You're coming here for Princess Connect information, and we're talking about eating a goblin for dinner. Well, we can eat this one for dinner because it's been beaten without too much of a problem. What are the other good Clown Battle teams? Well, I suppose there is the Dark Physical team that everybody usually runs. We've got with Commander Eriko and the Altar Maiden, but that's not too much of a variation, is it? Anyway, Terror Turtle. Okay, so Terror Turtle, I think, is multiple target. So perhaps we will change the team for this one. Or Titana Turtle, as they call him here. So, with him being multiple target, let's build a multiple target team. Now, who can we try? I think, have we got, let's see who we've got to borrow. Oh, you can only borrow once, so we can't do that. Okay, so there we go, you can only borrow once. If we're borrowing a Warlock Jita. How about AoE? Where's the good AoE these days? I mean, Kururu was new. I was thinking about doing a Kururu team, but I wanted to borrow the Dream Pack Mao, which we can't because we've already borrowed once. I'm pretty sure that this team will win. I mean, Hamare has got some AoE in it, and so has Warlock Jita. So, in in the because we haven't got be able to borrow that Maho. I was going to potentially try running Green Pack Maho with Karuru, see how that was going. There is Krajita, a Krajita team we could go with. We probably should have gone with Anemone actually. Could have gone back with that Anemone team, Anemone and Krajita. That would probably have done a good job as well. But even on day 1, this team will work. I'm not so sure it will work on day 4 or 5 because, as you can see, it's multiple targets. But the Summer Homari has got some AoE in here attacks, so we are still doing okay with it. And there is a bit of AoE damage from Warlock Jita, is there not, with a kind of field that she puts up. So, there we go. There was an extra element there, isn't there, on Warlock Jita? That earthy brown one. We didn't get that one in the game, did we? Would it be fun if they introduced a new brown earthy element? That well, that's for next anniversary. I don't know. Anyway, so if you do not want to increase the difficulty of day 2 or the following days, that is where you would stop. If you want to not take on the first 5 stages again, then beating this boss once might be worth it. So hopefully this team will do. This is where potentially you can chuck any team in and it will work. I think Carol will probably blast him away, just like Team Rockets, but that is yet to be seen. Look out for Ikidona Summers. Like I said, she would probably be good on this team as well in some capacity. If you have her, I'm pretty sure there'll be other good teams. I mean, perhaps a wind physical team with Tiori will probably be okay for day 1. What else have we got out there? Some light physical teams who we could potentially use with a core of, I mean, the 6-star Jita perhaps. Who else have we got new recently? I mean, there's Wind Magic we've had new. We've had Sheffy. Perhaps a water team with the Princess Sheffy in it, if you've got the water characters. Like I was saying, there's probably a lot of options for day 1 because at level cap it is not too difficult. So there we go. We get our rewards for day 1. 10 fights have been beaten. There we go. We'll come back tomorrow with day 2 to get the next of the rewards. I may do day 5. Day 5 will be the trickiest one, where we're going to need to have proper teams that fit in with the bosses that we have got. As it says there, for the next attempt, you can skip. That's the first 5 stages. There we go. So let me know what you think then of this special dungeon. How you were doing. Are you going to go for 50 wins, or are you going to stick for 45? Just to make sure you get the bulk of the rewards. So there we go. I'm Tokkuri Yashi. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey.